Hello everybody and welcome. This is Roland from Graphic in Motion. This time I have something to give away for all of you out there. And it is a free tech hard elements bundle, like a model kit. And I will just show you a little preview what we have here. There are about 15 different, oh sorry, now I think the police is already catching me. Probably the NSA just heard something they didn't like, but don't worry, it's just motion graphics, so we are not the dangerous guys here. Okay, let's continue. So 15 hard elements, circular hard elements more or less, and a few background elements and a few little display elements. And you see that I've also included some example compositions here. And with this little gift, I want to say thank you to all of you guys who supported me through the last years. And I reached the number of 1,163 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I wanted to release this package when reaching 1,000 subscribers, but I was very busy. So sorry for the delay, but I think it's better late than never. And now I just want to show you a little bit what you can do with this bundle and what we have here. So let's go to After Effects. By the way, this bundle works with After Effects CS5 and above. So let's get started. You see we have a few folders here, example compositions and single elements. These are more or less the two important folders you want to check out, and there are already a few compositions open. So we have all my example compositions here. And you see that I just put together some of the single elements to create some shapes here. And they are all, of course, moving and looping. And I also colored them with a simple adjustment layer using a CC toner. So you see that all these elements are colored in gray and white. And so you can color them with the CC toner effect by changing the midtones and the highlights. And we have another example, which is called the Earth scan. And I think that I just have to change the orientation of my Earth here because I used it for a 3D preview. Yes. Now we have our Earth here, and you see that we have some scanning radio waves and some circular elements around here. And then we have a compass radar setup, which is a little bit more complex. You can check it out what I did here. I used some beam effects, to just link together these elements here. So if I move these, you can see that the beams follow automatically. So you can check it out how I set this up. It's pretty simple, but you can do a little bit more complex scenes with this. And then I also included, you see that all these are actually 3D layers, and they are actually, when I go to a custom view here, you see that they are also distributed in 3D space. And to show you this, I just added some 3D scenes here and just drag in my compositions and made them activate the collapse transformation. And you see now we have these 3D extrusion. So just to give you an idea what you can do with these things. But I think you probably are interested how you can build your own elements, and I will give you a short introduction to this. So let's create a new composition and just make it full HD and 10 seconds long. You can of course make it longer because you can seamlessly loop these elements. And now I go to my single elements folder, and you see that I have some subfolders here. We have some background elements like grids, we have some circular elements, and we have some crosshairs and 2 interface displays. By the way, I just want to point out something else. If you are interested in doing these elements on your own, like for example this degree circle, I already released a tutorial on my YouTube channel and also on my homepage. So I will show you this on my homepage probably. So just go to graphicinmotion.com, and under tutorials you will find the, I don't know what I called it. I called it, here it is, After Effects tutorial, abstract circular HUD loop, element loop, yes. So this tutorial really describes how to create these shapes, how to create the loops on your own, But if you have no time to create them your own, you can now use the bundle to create some nice hard elements. And another thing I wanted to show you, I used this already in one template. So let's go to my After Effects templates. And maybe you also want to have some inspiration how you can use these elements. Then you can check out my high-tech touch interface template, and you see that I just used a few of these elements to create this very complex displays here. Okay, but let's go back to our bundle now. And let's get started. I already added a degree circle to my scene here. So you see the degree circle is quite big, so I will just scale it a little bit down, And I will just duplicate it and just scale down the second one even further. So we have 2 of these. Okay, and now I just want to add, let's say, a compass circle. And this is pretty big, so I will scale it and put it in the middle so that we have more or less like 3 parts or 3-degree parts here. Let's scale this a little bit bigger. And now I want to add another element. Let's take this one and drag it to the bottom here. And this time I just want to scale it a little bit. Now let's make this a little bit bigger, like this, but lower the transparency. So this is kind of a background element. And I also want to take this one here and scale it up even a bit bigger than the other one and lower the transparency to about 45%. So this is getting really complex here. And now I just want to add another circular element and drag it between my degree circles here and also scale it down so that we have something here in the middle. A little bit more of a defined element. And I also want to add, let's say, this one here, also between my degree circles, and I just want to scale it a little bit, probably like this. So we have more or less, it's more or less similar to this one here. But what is missing are some background elements, so I can just come to my background elements and use my grid here. Let's take the grid number 2 and just put it on top, on the bottom here. Change the resolution to half because then you can also see it in the preview. And I just will create a quick mask here just with the ellipse tool. And right from the middle here, hold down Control and Shift and just drag it out to the approximate same size as my elements, and then I will press MM and feather it out a little bit. Very nice. And now I just want to duplicate this mask and set this to subtract, and now press MM and change this a little bit. I just want to create a hole in the middle so that we have a little hole here. So let's increase. I decreased the mask expansion now, and I just increased the feather amount and decrease these even further, or increase it a little bit more like this. So I do not want to have the grid in the middle of my elements. And now I just want to add these lines here above the grid, and I want to add, let's say, what can we add? Another crosshair, a full screen crosshair on top of all of this. And I will show you some special feature of this crosshair. So let's just enter this composition, and I can just control the position with this little position control here. So let's go to position and let's alt click the stopwatch and let's type in wiggle parentheses, let's say 0.3, and we want to change for about 250 pixels. So it will move around slowly, And now when we go to our composition, you see that we have this crosshair here moving around and searching something. Okay, so I think this is it for now, and I will just add another adjustment layer so that I can colorize all of this. And I will add my CC toner effect. Drag it on my layer. And now I can just change my midtones here to, let's say, some red. And this one to some green. And you see, we have a really cool looking HUD display element. And of course you can add some glow if you wish to give it even a more interesting look. But this is a little bit too much, I guess, so we have to reduce this, you know, increase the threshold here. So probably let's put it to 75% and maybe increase the radius a little bit to 15. Maybe decrease the intensity a little bit. Like this. Or 0.5. Oops, sorry. Okay, so you see, now I could render this and I have a perfectly looping 10 seconds circular HUD display element. So I really hope that you like this bundle. By the way, did I tell you where you can get it? I probably did not. So you will get it on my homepage, of course. You will find the link inside the description on YouTube too. So when you go to my homepage, www.graphicinmotion.com, you will find it under freebies. It's not added now, but it will be when this video is released. And of course, you can find some other things here. I have a few texture packs and I have a 3D element title setup. So check this out. I hope you like this circular HUD elements bundle or model kit. Create some really cool animations. If you want, share them, post them in the comments on my homepage or just here in YouTube. And again, thank you very much for your support and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.